Hey guys, Britton here, and you might notice this is not my usual review space. So basically, I'm on vacation right now in Rockaway, which is on the Oregon coast, and I managed to buy a couple new figures, and I wanted to review these guys, but at the same time, I kind of want to get these reviews filmed before I get back home, because basically the day after I get home, I have to start going into job training. There's going to be all this stuff. I'm probably not going to be as capable of filming reviews or editing them while I'm doing that, so I've kind of got to make sure I get this done before I get back to the house. So hopefully I can get this done before then. Hopefully I can get them up. Oh yeah, the lighting fixed. Yeah, the lighting was kind of crap there for a second. But anyways, this guy was not bought in Rockaway. He was bought in this store called Prehistoric, which is in Lincoln City, which sells actual fossils, and also dinosaur figures, mostly Papo figures, which is what this is, the Papo feathered Velociraptor from 2013, I think that says. 2013, that's probably the wrong year, to be honest. The title of the video will have the actual year this thing came out in, but yeah, so this was actually Papo's second feathered dinosaur. Their very first was their Archaeopteryx, and their third was their recent Therizinosaurus, which is actually not too bad. I saw that at the store, but I didn't end up buying it. Forgive my voice. I've been fighting a cold recently, and I'm sort of improving, but if I go into a coughing fit at one point in this video, then that's the explanation for it. But anyways, so yeah, this figure kind of blew people out of the water, because Papo was known for very well-detailed figures. They were not particularly known for accurate figures, and this figure being about as accurate as it should be kind of blew people out of the water. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good for what that is. And I really love the colors on this guy. This guy is just decked out in really flamboyant colors. And I know that's kind of a trope in and of itself, is to make every feathered dinosaur really flamboyantly colored, but it's not a bad trope, because, birds today are pretty flamboyantly colored, so it would make sense for dinosaurs to be. And it's nice, because Papo generally colors their figures gray or brown or green, so seeing a rather colorful Papo figure is a pretty nice surprise. But there are some notable inaccuracies on this figure. The main one most people will spot if you're an accuracy junkie, being the tail fan is way too small. It should be running down the entire length of the tail. Safari's 2017 Velociraptor, which I do not have with me, but I just don't have it with me, is a much better example of that. It also is a little bit shrink-wrapped, but it's less noticeable than some of Papo's other dinosaurs, mainly because the feathering covers most of the body. Unfortunately, the feathers are not entirely accurately attached. They look accurately attached from above, but if you look at them from below, you'll notice that they are indeed attached to the wrist rather than the second finger, as they should be. They run over the second finger, which is, at least, I'll give them credit for that, for attaching them, for making them go over the right fingers. Even some mainstream documentaries, Planet Dinosaur, forget about that. Now, I should mention, this guy actually has two ways of standing. One is you can balance him on the foot and have that hand up in the air, whereas this way, both hands are down in the air and one of the feet is sticking upwards. It's kind of neat. Doesn't really give you much in terms of posability. The only articulation on the guy that's actually there is his mouth, which opens disturbingly wide, in that you can actually see a hole. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it on camera, but you can kind of see it there. So, recommending this figure, well, if you like feathered raptors, this guy's probably the second best one out there. Actually, I'm going to say third best, because the Beast of the Mesozoic figures exist. I kind of forgot those existed, but those are really expensive, so but this guy wasn't cheap, but I did get $500 as a gift recently, though, so I was able to afford him, and several other figures. So if you're interested in this, in feathered Velociraptor figures, this guy might be up your alley. Oh, and I didn't show this off in the actual video, but this is just something else I got at the store. That is not a figure. That is a real trilobite. Real trilobite fossil. So, yeah, I have an actual fossil in my collection.